Hey, whippersnappers, this is Tortimer the Great. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Little Cup Battles. Today we are playing around again with our Something Fishy team. I'm really liking this team, and I wanted to do some more playtesting with them just to kind of see where, where the weaknesses lie and things like that. There's a couple things that I determined over the course of these couple of battles that we're going to watch, and a couple of other ones that didn't turn out quite as well, where things, it's like, okay, well, I need to have more of this and that or whatever. But Doyle's in, and he's throwing up some hazards. Wasn't able to initially, and because the Growlithe was out there. The Ducklet throws up the Attract, but Zoidberg's going to be able to fight through that and get the knockoff up. Air Slash does hard damage, and unfortunately Zoidberg's going to be immobilized there by the Attract that second time, and he's going to go down. Lol's going to come in then at that point, though, and she's going to knock off and get the Moxie Boost. The Moxie Boost allows her to come in and wreck Barnacle for the most part. He gets the Shell Smash up, so we're going to switch into Fumzy here, I think. Well, Lol's going to go out, and then Fumzy will come in. And so Lol went down, Fumzy comes in, they bring in their Bidoof, and I throw up the Clear Smog, expecting the Barnacle in still. We get the burn up though as Johnny starts throwing up some stat boosts there. Throw the Clear Smog up to get rid of those, just to make sure no funny business goes on. Avoid the Thunder, thankfully. And then we're going to throw the Flamethrower up there to take out Johnny, the Bidoof. Then Kevin comes in. Kevin is going to throw up the Rock Slide, which does pretty negligible damage to Fumzy. Then he's going to get the Will-O-Wisp up. Kevin's going to start taking that damage. We're going to throw up the Clear Smog. Not the strongest move to be sure, but it is stab, so we'll go for that, especially since our only other attacking move is Flamethrower. Seemed like the better option against the Totodile, and then the burn is going to take him out there. Then Growlithe comes back in, throws up the Intimidate, which doesn't worry me too much with Fumzy. He starts throwing up the Outrages. We get the Pain Split going, which gives us a little bit of health back, and they're going to keep throwing up the Outrage here, obviously, because they're locked into it, which will take Fumzy down. I decided to just let him take that hit, wait the Outrage out a little bit there. He's confused, so I decided to go for the Protect just in case he didn't hit himself. But the RNG rolls were my favorite on that one, and he ended up taking himself out with Confusion there. So 2 hits in a row, he took himself down, so that worked out real nicely. Then the Chimchar comes in, throws up the Power Punch, which Depth Charge laughs at. And then we get the Scald up, which does pretty good damage. Fire Punch does pretty decent damage. You get the burn up, so that's not real negligible. But Depth Charge is able to take out the Chimchar, and we've got plenty of stuff in the wings if we needed it. But Binacle comes in and dies to the Stealth Rock's damage. So yeah, a fun little battle with these guys, and let's check out the second one, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty, guys, battle number 2, and we lead off with Doyle. I didn't see a lead that really threatened me with Doyle, so they've got the Bidoof out there again. Somebody else using a Bidoof, setting up with it, and so we get the Paralysis up on it and the Leech Seed. So it's, trying to force this thing out. They stay in though. Obviously, they're not too super concerned. Bidoofs aren't real fast to begin with, so I guess it's not a real loss to them. The Iron Barbs isn't doing a ton, and neither is the Leech Seed, so I decided I need to get Doyle out of there. And thankfully we get Paralysis that turn, so we got a free switch into Fumzy, which worked out pretty nicely. He comes in, gets rid of those stat boosts, and is going to continue taking some Life Orb damage, and then we throw up the Flamethrower there, and Bidoof goes down. It really is funny to me how Fumzy ends up being the MVP of most of our battles. They switch a Fairy type in on my Poison type, which is unfortunate for them. We do some really hard damage, take the Azurill down. They get the Body Slam up though, which is going to get the Paralysis. So they're going to be able to do some pretty hard damage to Fumzy, and he gets paralyzed there. Unfortunately, he's going to go down to the Azurill, so I guess it was a good move on their part. But Lol's going to come in then at that point, get the Poison Jab going, and be able to take down the Azurill no problem. Fennekin then comes in, and then they switch immediately into Volibee. So I don't know if they're trying to force a switch into something, but I got the Poison Jab up, then I brought Doyle in, not expecting the Toxic, but we got kind of lucky there, and Volibee's going to do some stuff there, get paralyzed, keep throwing up the Foul Play as we throw up Leech Seeds and things like that, get a little bit of health back. I don't have any attacking moves on Doyle, which I think is a bit of it, like, because there are instances where he gets pretty well set up and he can handle things, but I don't have a single attacking move on him, so it's kind of like only stalling. I have to, which I don't really like to do necessarily a whole lot. So I'm thinking I might try and put something else on him, but I'm not really sure what I would replace with what. So I haven't messed with him yet. Zoidberg switches in on the Fennekin and throws up the Aqua Jet, which is going to finish off the Fennekin no trouble at all. And then they're down to their Armara and their Barbaroach, which Zoidberg is going to sweep through pretty easily here. Armara goes down 1 hit. Barbaroach comes up, takes a hard Aqua Jet, is going to throw up the Dragon Dance. But seeing as we have the priority, it's not going to really do anything for him, and he's going to go down to a crit Aqua Jet, which obviously in that instance the crit did not matter at all. So yeah, the Salt and Fish team's working out pretty well. There are definitely some tweaks that probably should be made at some point, but pretty happy about the synergy that this team has for the most part. There may even be some changes we should make. I don't know. I never really use Abra. I use him on occasion. I have him with a Life Orb though, which I don't know if that's really the best way to be running with him, because sometimes it's up against priority. I mean, even as fast as Abra is, it doesn't necessarily help if he goes down in 1 hit. So I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure to those likes, comments, and subscriptions, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.